What's going on, folks?
What's up?
It's Danny Boy. It's Bill. We're back with you again for another great edition of SIP right here on the SIN YouTube page. Let me speak today, Bill. Um, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for joining us as always. Um, I mean, we were just talking about this off air. You know how we're like, oh, we're live, and we're waiting on NFL free agency to happen, and then we get off the live stream, and then NFL free agency starts happening. You
Did
know,
you want to know something?
like that.
You want to know something, Reg? What's up? What's going on, folks? Bill Corpus, Crispy Murphy. Um, Back when we did the show when we were in college, I hated doing the show on Mondays, and here's why. Because we would do the show on Monday afternoon, and then when I was on my way home, I'd be listening to the fan, and then all this news would be breaking out, and then the next week we would be terribly behind. So
Yeah.
here's the advantage of doing two shows a week.
Mhm.
But Monday, I felt like we were back at the DCC radio days because then the news kept breaking. I'm like, this is the advantage of doing two shows a week, my friend. This is the advantage of doing two shows a week.
Yeah, we get in front of it. We even have football Friday. You know, but
What was that?
on at SIH, the Sports Sanity Hour. We never had a football Friday, so we have to preview the next week's games on Monday. And of course, we don't know what's going to happen between Monday and Sunday. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that kind of sucked.
oh God. Thankfully it was live. So yeah, at least everything was coming in real time. But no, I'm definitely more grateful that we get to do this. We get to react to free agency that actually happened. It's
Yes,
great.
we do. It's awesome.
Um, so we got a lot of that. And of course, a big milestone for Steph Curry hit it last night. We're very excited about that. Yeah, NFL free agency. Um, so yeah, like I said, we were talking, oh, it's the new league year. They can start negotiating.
And boom, 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 boom,
Boom.
boom, boom, boom,
Just
boom, boom,
we get
boom,
off the
boom, boom,
live
boom,
stream.
boom,
I
boom,
think
boom.
I think I take like a nap, like a short nap. I wake up and it's all these news, all this news coming in. Um, yeah, no, it's great so far. What I've been seeing a lot of great signings. I know my Jets, they got their quarterback in Justin Fields, which I'm very excited about. It may not be the greatest quarterback out there. We don't even know. The jury's still out on him. He's only going in his fifth year, so jury's still like kind of out on him. Um, what we do know is that he's more of a runner than a passer, so that's one thing. Um, but then yet again, I'd much rather him than drafting one of these buffoons in the draft. Like I don't know anything good about these people. You know, again, like you don't know what these quarterbacks are going to be like, Bill.
The big three in the draft.
Hmm.
No, I agree. Like, I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really going to be losing any sleep if the Giants don't get Shadir Sanders or Cam Ward.
Yeah,
If you got to go with a bridge QB, like right now, Russell Wilson's talking to the Giants, Joe Flacco's talked to the Giants. There might be still a small chance Aaron Rodgers is going to talk to the Giants, but
yeah,
it's like if we just get a bridge quarterback and then we get someone like a Jackson Dart or Kyle McCord, then I'm not going to be losing any sleep over it. But now I'm hearing rumors that that the Giants will not pass up on Shadur Sanders if he falls in their lap,
right.
which is understandable. Agree or disagree? So yeah, Justin Fields is now a Jet.
Yeah, And again, like for me, you know, the fact that we have a quarterback, and look, for the money that we paid him for, he's not going to be a backup to Taylor. He will definitely be the starter. They'll paint it as if he's competing, but he's not really going to be
He's not
competing.
competing.
Yeah, so this idea that there's going to be some type of competition between Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields is insane. No, that's not happening. Um,
Oh, it isn't. It's not going to happen.
yeah,
Justin Fields will be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
yeah, and again, it's okay. Like it is what it is. You know, and look, another good part about it is that it's a 2-year contract. 30 million guaranteed, but it's not a long-term commitment. If it doesn't work out after 1 year, you could get rid of him theoretically. You can get rid of him. And then you have a better quarterback class in 2026. You can draft a quarterback there. You can pair him with some other veteran quarterback that's not Tyrod Taylor. Um, and go from there. And like I've been saying about this process, we owe it to Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn to get it right. Let's see what they do. I don't know what this Jet team is going to turn out to be. I don't know. But, still, let's see what they can do, and then um we shall see how things will move forward. Um, Hopefully things move forward great. If not,
So
so
how would
be.
you feel as having Justin Fields as your new quarterback? How do you feel about this?
Well, I already told you I'm excited.
Yeah. Because you got some younger blood now, you know?
Well, what I'm saying is that it's exciting because the jury's still out on him. We already know he's not a great passer, but he's a great runner. So we know that hopefully Tanner Engstrand, the offensive coordinator, can take his abilities and see how it can work. And maybe, pairing him once again with Garrett Wilson. Let's see if that magic can come back a little bit. I mean, I don't know. But let's see. We have to see it through. So I'm excited about the idea of it. And like I said, not even a commitment of at least a year. Doesn't work out after year one. Okay, cool. Move on. And then you get your own quarterback in the draft. I
I
just don't trust this draft class. I don't. I don't trust the draft class
don't
enough to
either.
be excited to or begging the Jets to pick someone out of the draft.
This is not something I'm gonna. This again, this is not an impressive draft class here, Reg.
Right.
I'm tired of people thinking this is the greatest draft class of all time. It isn't.
Well, I understand. Cam Ward's is a good player. Sanders got some ability, but I mean, you really never really know. Even with a great quarterback class, you never really know what you're gonna get. But there's just too many questions and not enough answers and results, in my honest opinion.
I can agree with you on that.
Like, if you're like the Giants or like the Titans, you're desperate for a quarterback. That's one thing. The Jets aren't desperate for a quarterback.
Are they? Well, yeah, because they have their backup. Because they have their backup. They have Tyrod Taylor. So they're not desperate for a quarterback right now.
Right.
But you look for the other New York City Metro team they share a stadium with, they are desperate for a quarterback.
Yeah. How about the like you said before, Bill, they have a couple of meetings. They're meeting with Flacco, they're meeting with Russell Wilson. I believe they talk with Rodgers. Um Rodgers taking his sweet ass time making a decision.
Hey, Reggie,
Broski.
here we go again.
This time he's a free agent. So, there's no trade pending and anything. There's no working out with another team. This is Aaron Rodgers doing this by himself. He can make a decision now, right now, on where he
You,
wants to go. And he has prospects. Pittsburgh likes him. So does New York. Which one do you want to go? Do you want to stay in New York, go to the Giants, or do you want to go to Pittsburgh?
all
Pick
I can
one.
say is, well, the Pittsburgh Steelers have just signed Mason Rudolph again,
Yeah,
so
but Mason Rudolph. Do you think Mason Rudolph is going to be the real starter of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
no,
No.
no, because now you got Fields of the Jets, Russell Wilson meeting with the Giants. He also met with the Browns.
Mhm.
So yeah, Steelers might be a little bit of a mess this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree or disagree with my that statement.
It's not as messy as you think it is because I believe, and look again, the Steelers aren't going to be a great team, but I believe that as long as they have somewhat of a decent quarterback, Mike Tomlin's going to find a way to win games. He's not going to win the Super Bowl, but he'll find ways to win.
He'll always find a way. He's Mike Tomlin.
So in any case, we're still waiting on Rodgers. We're still waiting on a couple others. But finally the Giants, I mean, taking a shot at Flacco for a year while also drafting quarterbacks actually not a bad idea. You know, when I saw Flacco's name come up, I was like, okay, that's actually not terrible. You know, you can have Flacco, he can train the young quarterback. And then, you know, it could be like a Kurt Warner situation. Okay, he's there for what, 3 games or whatever, not even. And then the insert your young QB and boom, go
Just
from
like
there.
what they did with Kurt Warner and Eli Manning.
You know, I can definitely see
If
something
if
on
they get
that
in
level.
Jackson Dart, then I would say
Sure.
that I'm gonna sit there and go, oh, this is gonna turn out good. Because remember the last time we drafted a quarterback, oh, not drafted, we traded for him for a
Mm,
quarterback from Ole Miss. We all remember the last time that happened.
right.
We all remember the last time. A fella, I'm sure you heard of him, Reg. Eli Manning.
Yeah, not a Hall of Famer, Eli Manning.
Oh, you're gonna rub that in my face, aren't you?
I'll continue until he gets into the Hall of Fame, which will hopefully be never. But but
Oh,
yeah,
don't be bitter, Reg. Don't be bitter.
you are playing Hall of Famers. Um,
I'm sorry I
yeah,
couldn't hear that over my 2 Super Bowl rings.
ouch. Yeah, no, look, the Giants are in a good spot.
They are in a good spot.
They're desperate, but they're in a good spot. You can pick your veteran quarterback that you can have for a year or two, and then you can draft a quarterback. There's no reason why you can't do both.
Well, there's one person we can blame for our quarterback problem right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, guess who I'm blaming, Reg?
Well, you're blaming big old Cup of Joe. That's what you're blaming.
Oh, Joe, why did you put us into this mess? Why
Well,
did he put us
because
into
he has
this
no
mess,
idea what he's
Reg?
doing. He has no idea what he's doing.
He has no idea what the hell he's doing.
He invested so much into Daniel Jones. By the way, Daniel Jones in Indianapolis. Uh,
Good luck, Indy. You're gonna need it. No,
Or
they're gonna need it.
Richardson will be the guy over there. But yeah, no, you invested so much into Jones, only for him to turn out to be a disaster. And then, you know, you're stuck with all these lame ass quarterbacks on your bench.
And you know what?
Well, what's the commitment?
I hate to say this. In my lifetime, I'm sure there's been worse than what I've been around for. In my lifetime, I think Joe Shane has been the worst Giants GM.
Hmm.
And this is coming from a franchise that Jerry Reese and Dave Gettleman were the GMs.
That says a lot.
Well, Jerry Reese, at least they won a Super Bowl, but Jerry Reese just piggybacked off of I know you're all saying, but Jerry Reese went 2 Super Bowls. Jerry Reese piggybacked off Ernie Accorsi.
Mhm.
Those were his draft picks. Eli, Plaxico, he hired Coughlin. Jerry Reese just piggybacked off of Ernie Accorsi. And like, listen, Joe Shane, I'm sorry, you know what your legacy is gonna be, Joe. You know what Joe Shane's legacy is gonna be, Reg. Given that, given that ridiculous amount of money to Daniel Jones, then tagging Saquon, and then letting Saquon walk, and then the big one, then Daniel Jones requests to be released. So congratulations, Joe Shane. That's your legacy. That is your legacy. You screwed this up. And I hate to say this, Reg. Actually, no, I really don't hate to say it. I don't think there's anything Joe Shane can do to make things right now. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything he can do to make things right. He can have the best. I think the only thing in this, and I'm giving him like a, if I want to be generous, Reg, like a 5% chance
Hmm.
that he can have of making things right. And that's me being generous, is if he has like the absolute best draft imaginable this year. That's his only way out right now.
We'll keep tabs on the Giants as they continue to figure out their quarterback situation. Just a couple other free agent notes. DeAndre Hopkins to the Ravens.
Now that's
That's
gonna be a good match.
that's a good pickup for Baltimore. Um, Joey Bosa, he was released by the Chargers. He goes to the Buffalo Bills on a 1 year deal worth about $13 million. No, not a bad pickup. Injuries, yes, but not a terrible pickup for Buffalo. So just pointing that out as well. I
Yes.
mean, the Jets made like short-term signings, safeties, cornerbacks to replace DJ Reed. That's those would make some good moves. And one of them is the dude Cisco, I believe. Andre Cisco, I believe his name is. Uh Brandon Stevens. Those are a couple of the secondaries. Just replacing DJ Reed, who we say goodbye as he goes to Detroit on a big deal. So uh just wanted to make that point as well. Cooper Cup could be going to Green Bay, I'm hearing. Um I
Rams released
we talked about Cooper Cup potentially being part of that Devontae Adams uh trio of wide receivers, but not
that's
quite.
gone.
That's out of here. So he was released by Rams, but he's a free agent now. He can go to the Packers.
I was saying like if Cooper Cup stayed, you got Stafford, you got Puka Nakua, you got Devontae Adams. Now that Cup's gone, you still got Adams and Nakua. So
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's got some pretty good wide receivers. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can't complain. You
You
can't
cannot
complain.
complain.
Yeah. Um Sam Darnold's officially in Seattle. I think we briefly mentioned it. It wasn't official, but it's now official for
Sam
sure.
Darnold is now in Seattle.
So that's a good move. And then all signs are pointing in Minnesota that it'll be JJ McCarthy taking over as QB1 when he recovers fully from his knee injury. I'm excited for them. I'm really excited for the Vikings.
I'm
Uh,
concerned.
but why are you concerned though?
You have someone who missed a full season of playing, who has technically not played a game since college.
Right?
And, since, since he had this injury and left him out for the whole year, Reg, this can really stunt his development as a quarterback.
As long, I mean, I don't know what he's been doing. He obviously had to recover from surgery, right?
Yes.
My question is, how much was he in the room with Sam and the offense and all the coaches throughout the season? I
That's a
mean,
good question.
I don't know. I don't follow the Vikings close enough to know that, but like, if there's a chance that he was in that room, like, chances are, even with his injury, he was learning. Um, and most of those coaches are staying. So all the Sam Darnold coaches that he had, JJ McCarthy's going to have. I think he's in good hands. Now, my preferred um, direction would have been to go with Darnold because Darnold's now proven to be a big time starter, but that's not what Minnesota wanted. Minnesota, I guess it was sort of an under the table deal. Hey, look, you have a good season, you'll go somewhere else, and then you'll be the big time starter wherever you go next, so that we can focus on JJ. And that's that's ultimately was their plan. Their plan was always JJ. That's the vibe that I'm getting now, that their plan has always been about McCarthy building up to be their QB1 in Minnesota for years to come. And they were very solid on that plan. So I give the Vikings a lot of credit.
Oh, I do too, but gotta see what happen. We gotta see what happens now.
Well, I think he's going to struggle because it would technically be his first year as a quarterback in the NFL, right? So he's gonna go through the rookie struggle, the rookie blues, all that stuff. He'll go through all that. But if he blossoms as the Vikings expect him to, then within a year or two, he could be a good quarterback, or it could fall flat on their faces. I don't know.
We gotta see what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we got. So that's what we got right now. And dude, NFL free agency has been like
Mhm.
hot.
A lot of signings, I'll tell you that much.
A lot of signings, dude. A lot of signings.
Yes, all the free agent trackers, you can go online and see all the big time teams. I'm really liking the new defensive core that the Jets have. We need another wide receiver because we only have one
Who
true
should they
one.
get?
I don't care. Probably someone from the draft.
Probably someone from the draft. That's what
Hey,
you're thinking.
I'll even take a swing at Cooper Cup. Why not?
Hey, you know what? Do it. Justin Fields to Cooper Cup. I would say Jets should
Like,
do it.
why
Do
not?
it.
A lot of people think the Jets won't be able to do it because they're the Jets. They're a horrible franchise. Who cares? Take a swing at him. If he says no, he says no.
Do it.
He's out there. Like, take a chance.
Absolutely do it. All right. So is that it for free agency?
That's all I got. Um, Wishbone Shotgun. I believe they released a new free agency special. Probably if it's not out yet, it'll be out eventually. Wherever you get your podcasts. So, well, please follow the Wishbone Shotgun podcast, and they'll talk more about it. They'll go more in depth, but crazy, wild so far in free agency. Um,
All right. So moving on to the hardwood,
mhm.
Steph Curry has hit a first. He is the first NBA player to reach 4,000 career three-pointers last night.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, the Steph Curry is the all-time leader in 3 points, 3 pointers in NBA history, all the NBA. So yeah, I mean, this was inevitable. Like, this is not shocking. I'm just glad that he was able to do it, you know, and that he's still healthy enough to be as ridiculously big time shooter as he is. So I'm really happy for him on that. And yeah, it's a great milestone, and he's gonna have more than he's gonna have way more than 4,000 for sure. He's already has more than that. So, you know, congratulations to Steph. He's a tremendous shooter, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. I mean, just absolutely, absolutely. amazing what he's done throughout his career. So we salute him. Um, Knicks are ending their West Coast trip in Golden State. So they play them Saturday. So that'll be cool to see.
Think the Knicks are going to have a gold rush in Golden State this week?
Haha, very funny. I hope so. I mean, but the thing is that they can't beat any of these Western Conference teams.
They
I know
can't.
they won two in a row. They beat the Kings and they beat the Blazers. By the way, that Blazers game, they should have destroyed the Blazers. The Blazers are not very good, but yet they went to overtime and had to be bailed out by Mikal Bridges' three-pointer. So, we'll take the wins. There's no style points for winning. But still, like it's just very frustrating to watch them compete against these teams that, let's be honest, the Knicks are better than a lot of these teams, but yet for whatever reason they can't
They got to
close it
make
out
this interesting,
properly. They
don't
can't
they?
they can't win properly. So I still have a lot of concerns. Um, but yeah, no, look, I think that the Knicks have issues against the Western Conference.
They can't make things interesting, can they?
Yeah, well, they can make things interesting in the wrong way.
They have to make they got to make things interesting, don't they?
Yeah.
Stop making things interesting. We like things the way they are. Boring and predictable. We like the way things are.
Predictable. That's funny. Funny.
Because when things are
But
boring and predictable, we could probably win. But no, you guys got to make things interesting.
playoffs start soon. Knicks are still a three seed. Look, they're gonna make the playoffs. That's a given. Like they're right there. But still, like I want a playoff run. I know they're not gonna go on a big ass playoff run. I want a playoff run. Like I want to actually try the for the NBA Finals again. But no matter what happens, the road is just really tough, especially without Brunson, which again hasn't been too much of a factor because they played two of the worst teams in the West. But still, because
Here's the thing. Okay, so, but I just want to say to the Knicks fans who last year, game one of the first round of the playoffs, who were chanting, "We want Boston," can we not do that, please? For the love of all that's good and holy, can we not do that?
well, the Knicks can pass the first round. They're definitely facing Boston. They can't escape Boston. They're in their bracket.
No, they can't. But no, it's well, you get what I'm saying because they wouldn't have been
Yeah.
playing them till later down the road. I'm like thinking, well, get through these rounds first, then we'll talk. Then we'll start talking. But
Yeah. Jesus. All right.
see what the Knicks can do. And speaking of basketball,
Mhm.
Selection Sunday is this Sunday for March Madness.
Yeah, the conference tourneys are rolling on right now.
Rolling right along.
Oh, can't wait to see the Johnnies where they place. St. John's. They've had a tremendous season.
Yes, they've
Uh,
had.
so I'm actually stoked about that. They're top of the Big East in the regular season. They're still in the Big East tournament. I think they're facing UConn. That's what I saw. Um, so that uh Marquette. Sorry, they're facing Marquette, the Golden Eagle. Um, today at 6:30 at MSG. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. As you
Really
folks know, I'm
interesting.
not really into college basketball as much as it used to be.
I think this is the only time people start paying attention.
Very funny.
It's basically like in baseball, how people like at like right after Memorial Day, that's when people start paying attention.
I would argue 4th of July, but whatever. You
Oh,
know,
you would really go that far.
yeah. Well, people are not really in tune with the baseball anymore. It's become a very regional type of game. So
Yeah, but no, this is around the time when people start paying attention to college basketball.
right.
This is around the time.
Yeah, so Selection Sunday. We're excited. Not that I don't know of any shows here. Rivkin certainly hasn't said anything about March Madness. Maybe a bracket type of thing, but I don't know.
If not, then
I
we'll
don't know
talk about it
what we're
Monday.
doing here with this. We're certainly we'll have all the updates across SIP. And also just a bit of a basketball thing, programming note. Me and the old ops guy are currently in talks of doing a soft launch of a much bigger podcast. But the way we're going to start this, it's a basketball podcast. The way we're going to start this is soft launching by talking Knicks. So for a while, it's going to be a Knicks podcast, working title, and then by the start of next season, we're going to focus heavily on all things NBA. We've been trying to replace the throwdown for a while. Um, we still don't know what we're going to call it. I argue we should call it the throwdown, but of course, I want to make sure it's okay with our old pal Zach Haynes, um, because well, I mean, he created the title, so I want to make sure it's okay with him. But if not, we will definitely call it something different. Um, Stick with us. We
Stay
plan to
with
do
us,
this.
folks. Stay with us.
We plan to do this podcast really soon, and we hope that you can continue to join us as you always have across all of the Sports Insanity Network.
Yes, and you know what's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, Bombers banter
Bombers
coming
banter,
back.
yes, but also not this coming Monday,
Hmm.
but the Monday after. It's going to be number 400, baby.
400.
We
We're
got
so excited
we got
about
something in the
400
works.
episode.
We got something in the
We have
works.
a lot of special guests coming in, and we may do this as a night show.
Yes, that's what we're planning because that's when everyone else is free.
You know, but we may do this as a night show. We're excited. We're
Oh,
gonna celebrate
I'm excited for
400,
this.
and
5 years and nearly 400 episodes later, dude.
yeah.
Did you ever think it was going to last this long?
No, I thought it would be like a special project, not necessarily a pandemic project. I thought we'd do it longer after the pandemic, um, but never this long. And it feels good.
It feels damn good, doesn't it?
It feels good. And now that we're live, it feels even better.
Feels even better. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is what we got for today. That is number 397.
Hmm. SIP on SIN's YouTube page again. Follow our socials at S Insanity Real. That's on the X page, as well as the Facebook page, and then of course log on to our website, thesportsinsanitynetwork.com. If you like what you see, like the video and subscribe to our channel, and you'll get more content coming in. Batter Up has released not the audio yet, but the video. All three divisions, whether it's the East, Central, and the Western Division previews from both leagues. They've done all three of those videos. It's up on the YouTube page. The East will come up on the audio form sometime today. So bear with me. It'll be up there for those of you audio listeners. But it is on YouTube right now, so you can check that out. They're actually live for uh those division previews. So check out Batter Up. And like I said before, we got Bombers Banter coming. Um we got a lot to talk about with the Yankees.
Oh, yes, we do.
Got a
And
lot to talk about that we can't say on this show.
we can, but we're going to keep you all in suspense.
Yeah, well, if we talk for the amount of Yankees that we have to talk about,
It would be like a 10-part
yeah,
miniseries
we'd be here for like 10 hours.
that would probably need to be narrated by David Attenborough. Actually, no,
It-
Morgan Freeman, who would probably need to be narrated by Morgan Freeman.
yeah. So we'll
And all your
we'll
booze you have for St. Patrick's Day this week, you need that to get through all of it.
yeah. Okay.
Um, well, we'll talk to you later, folks. Hello.
Um, stay safe, take care. We appreciate you. We love you, and peace and